Today we're going to look at RTO Discover. RTO Discover is a network discovery and inventory tool of the hardware and software assets on the network within your enterprise. We're looking at a discovery inventory that's already been scanned for us. This view is a network view, which means that the devices are organized in IP address order. Discover has the capability of working with both active and saved inventories. An active inventory is one which has been scanned and will be scanned again on a preset interval or scheduled interval. A saved inventory is one that has been frozen as in a snapshot and saved for future viewing and comparison. There are a number of parameters in Discover that can be modified. The current configuration, that is the configuration that was used to scan the inventory before us, was scanned in an all-inclusive fashion, meaning everything that was available and visible in Active Directory in the local Windows network, as well as anything in the local network view, is included. This is the subnet mask that was used. These are the SNMP community strings that were used to interrogate network equipment. We can modify the preset schedule for devices as we wish. By default, Discover does an initial scan when the console is first started, and then the enterprise is rescanned at a 12-hour interval based at noon and midnight local time. That configuration can be changed to any time you wish, any time of day. If there are particular times that more devices are available than not, that can be accommodated in this fashion. The interval can also be changed to scan perhaps on a daily basis if that is more appropriate. Scanning can also be done on an ad hoc basis. Discover allows scanning to be done by a single IP address, by single or multiple IP address ranges in an immediate fashion, which we will do here for a single device, and the scan will be done immediately. This may be useful if a new device is detected on the network, or if you wish to rescan a device based on an update or modification to that device. Activity is registered in the status bar down here. We'll wait for that to come up here in a moment. That can also be viewed by looking at the progress dialog box, which is available from the ready prompt. An indication can be made of devices that are being discovered or devices that are being inventoried on a real-time basis. Having discovered the devices in an enterprise, we'll want to look at them in a more organized fashion. We'll move to the infrastructure view for that. And what we see here is a number of categories of devices based on rules which are visible to and configurable by the enterprise in order to separate them into logically useful categories. We'll adjust our screen size here to make everything fit. We have some devices here which show up as unknown, and this may mean a couple of things. We'll shift over here to our inventory properties, take a look at one of these devices. Discover uses a number of techniques to both discover and interrogate a device. In this case, it looks like the device responded to a ping, but to no other retrieval mechanisms. So to interrogate this a little further, we notice that the manufacturer of the device is an IP telephone company, which in this case indicates to us that the telephone simply does not have any capability of responding to a request for information about its status. And we will, in a later portion of the demo, accommodate that to a different category. We'll move that to the phone category using a different technique. Based on the characteristics of a device, Discover will make an initial determination for what category that it goes in. This gives us an opportunity to look at the depth of information that Discover captures by each device. Virtually any piece of information that describes the physical characteristics of the device, disk size, what sort of chassis type, if it's a rack-mounted server, if it's a laptop, all of this information is available to the Discover user. We also collect with Discover licensing information, which can be useful for performing license audits. And we also allow you to associate license information with information associated with how that license was acquired, so that if a license audit is necessary, you have the information from a related system to be able to validate that you are in license compliance. In this case, we're going to add a field called asset tag, and we're going to associate with that field a constant, which in this case might be a purchase order number or a file number in a related system that will be associated with this device and this license key from now going forward. Discover has a powerful query facility that allows us to interrogate the information that we have acquired in our scan